responsible for that. You shared something on social media that nobody knew anything about. And this is very important for people who, especially husband and wife, if they're going through a divorce, and then they come to social media. Brothers and sisters, let me just say this to you. Please keep your household business, whatever's going on in your household, there's no way to stop it. Because people are going to screenshot what you posted. People are going to remix what you posted. You see what they did with the lady who went to Pakistan? She is a world phenomenon at this point. Simply because she took a recording of herself in Pakistan and then shared it on social media. Now that she is a world phenomenon, probably not. She might look at it as, I went viral, but the world is laughing at her, not with her. She has become a laughing stock. People are now making t-shirts of her. I'm sure when Halloween come around, there are going to be people dressed like her for Halloween. They've remixed and made songs and videos and all types of stuff. You've become a phenomenon, and people are not laughing with you, they're laughing at you. They're escaping whatever reality they live in and using you as, guys in jail, they say, I'm a jail off you, right? Meaning, jail is boring, but if I can find somebody who's funny, I'm going to use you to help me pass my time by. I'm going to jail off you. That's what it is. We're using whatever is going on in your life as a means for us to escape our reality. So be mindful. حدثنا عبد الله قال حدثنا إسماعيل أو إسرائيل ابن أبي إسحاق عن أبي إسحاق عن أبي يحيى عن مجاهد عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال إذا أردت أن تذكر عيوب صاحبك فاذكر عيوب نفسك. This is the chapter of criticism, al-itab, the chapter of criticism, criticizing. And on this, in this narration, Abdullah ibn Abbas he says, if you want to mention the flaws and the mistakes of someone else, you should mention your own flaws and mistakes first. إذا أردت أن تذكر عيوب صاحبك, if you want to mention the mistakes of your companion or the mistakes of your brother or your sister in Islam, فاذكر عيوب نفسك. Then remember, for every mistake that you recall of your brother or your sister, then you should recall your own mistake at the same time. Because for just as many mistakes as you can recall of someone else, you have the same amount of mistakes. As one of the scholars say, I am amazed at one of the scholars. He said that mentioning people is a disease, while remembering Allah is the cure. And I'm amazed at how people go for the disease and leave off the cure. Mentioning people is a disease. Backbiting, gossiping, tail carrying, it's a disease. Dhikr al-nas da. The mentioning of people is a disease. وَذِكْرُ dawa. And remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the cure. وَتَعَجَّبْتُ, and I am amazed at the person who goes after the disease and leaves the cure. Subhanallah al-Azim. So be mindful of, and this is very important during the month of Ramadan, that we don't get in the habit of mentioning people's flaws and mistakes. The moment you want to think about mentioning somebody else's flaws and mistakes, then you need to remind yourself in that moment, man, I shouldn't even be talking about nobody else's mistakes, all the stuff that I got going on. The stuff that I...
Assalamu alaikum. So we are currently at the airport because she needs to do something. So this is like bringing up memories of when I worked at the airport, but in Portland. I mean, it looks very similar, but very different at the same time. We've been to some airports on the outside, like where drop-off is, departure. Yeah, they kind of look alike in some degree, but yeah. So far today's been more easygoing. I haven't done much other than like read. But, yeah, I plan on doing a little bit more um, short um, prep stuff because I still have a lot of filling left to make the burritos. So I'm inshallah I'll be trying to do a little bit more of those because sometimes the morning can be very tight because like if I get up and um, can fat because fasting can be sometimes difficult for me depending on how my body reacts because those who not those of you who been on here for a while, been part of my page for a while, might remember me talking about having fibromyalgia or chronic pain. So fibromyalgia is affected by fasting. So by not getting enough liquids, deprive myself of liquids, often my muscles get tight and stuff. And there's been times in the past where I have to stop fasting because I've been in so much pain. So I'm just preparing all these stuff, trying to get it out of the way just in case. Because these kids are growing like they 13-year-old. He he well, just before last summer he was like my height, and then now he's like a foot taller than me, more than a foot taller than me.
6 hours later.
I am back out with my husband. He's taking care of some more business, so hopefully he gets it taken care of. So far right now it is if I look at my phone, it's 4:44. So um, today I was keeping it. Today was a cool day, more relaxed than yesterday, that's for sure. But there was some idiot that decided to park in front of the house, and the front of the car was actually blocking part of the driveway. And that fool was in there. I looked on the security camera, and I see that car been there at least since like 12:18 p.m. So and like after my husband got the kids from the Sunday school, um, he well not soon because he was out there for like at least 30 minutes of car trying to take care of business. But he he went towards the vehicle and started taking pictures because he wanted that car to move. And it turns out the driver was actually in the car the entire time. So the person was in there for a little over 3 hours asleep. I mean, there's like parking lots nearby. There's even gas stations nearby. You could have pulled into one of them. Like, why did you have to pick a random spot in front of someone's home? That is so disrespectful. It's just so ridiculous. It's a good thing that I did not decide to go out there because at first I actually thought of going out there and taking pictures of the car, but instead I took one from the window. And I was like, dang, maybe I should check on the other camera to see if I can get the license plate, but it's probably not the right angle. But better him than me because I don't want to get into any confrontation with anyone. No. I'm nothing like that. So what my husband did was like wake him up and told him to leave. And then next thing you know, he was he was gone. I actually called a non-emergency number to see if I can get someone to tow the car or something, because it's been sitting there for so long, and I thought the car was actually empty because I kept looking towards the steering wheel and I didn't see anyone. Glasses are so dirty right now, my goodness, but I can't do nothing about it. Anyway, so yeah. So far, that was the most interesting thing today, other than trying to get the kids to do what they're supposed to do. So, still waiting for him. Hopefully, if we can get this done soon, so we can pray. And then my group will be coming, so we're going to have to break off fast. So. I just heard someone on the radio talking about how, what is it? I think it said something about the majority of the food available in the United States has been heavily processed, or something along that line. And that is one reason why I prefer to make stuff from scratch, because it's one of those things that aren't really that normal anymore, and a lot of people don't really know how to cook from scratch nowadays. And cooking from scratch is more, you know what's in the food. It's a lot less processed, and a lot of the time you can make it a lot more healthier, and it costs less a lot of the time too. So I've kind of just been turned off of buying a whole lot of stuff. So I had to end the video abruptly because security rolled up beside the car, and I thought that the woman was going to say something to me, but she didn't. But what happened was she not only looked at the car I was in, but she also looked at the van that was in front of us. And like within like a minute or like 2-3 minutes, she had a tow truck come to haul off the car, because the car was just sitting there, and you're not supposed to park in that area. It's for unloading. So and so I had to like call my husband and stuff to let him know what was going on. And so the guy that was parked in front of us, he eventually came running from the building, and was able to get his car back. But of course he got away with the ticket, and I think the guy he also gave the guy some money, the guy that was about to tow the car. So yeah, because for certain parts of the airport, I've never been on a plane in my life, but even though I worked at an airport, but I was cleaning the airport. I wasn't actually in customer service, dealing with boarding or planes and stuff like that. So anyway, I wasn't aware of that rule particularly, that if you because I was thinking that we were going to get ticketed too from being right there. But as long as somebody's in the car, it should be fine, because that's why he had me right along with him, so that so that the car won't get towed or anything like that. So that was the most interesting thing about that day. I did do some cooking, so inshallah there'll be a part 2 uploaded directly after this one uploads. So I know I've been late with uploading videos and stuff, because there's been so much going on that other things have taken my focus away.